Hey everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Nora Zimerman and I'm here today doing a soul brand alignment workshop with these gorgeous women today that have come through. So I'm going to share my screen and we can begin. So can you all see my screen? Yes, just give me a thumbs up. Perfect, lovely. So today we're doing a soul brand alignment workshop. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at what is at the core of your soul brand, how your ideal clients connect with this energy, because there's usually an exchange between the soul of your brand and then what happens with the client. There's something there, and we're going to be tapping into that thing that is kind of in the middle between you and the client, or between you and the group, however you work. And then we're going to be talking a little bit about the steps of my methodology. Who I am Nora Zimerman, and I run the studio, Nora Zimerman Studio. I've run it for quite a while, some time now. I also run your website school, which is a program in which I design your website for about 5 people. It's a small group. And I teach you pretty much everything I know. And I also put you in charge of the website so you can be fully autonomous when we're done. And I am also a women's temple facilitator. I trained with Shamali from Awakening Women. I think I'm going to take my headphones off. That's better. So my mission, I create soul brands and websites that are totally aligned with your mission of service. And I work with people in the business of bringing light, transformation to humanity. And I want to help them reach more people. I want them to be visible because they are visioning collaboration, they are visioning love, they are visioning transformation and cooperation. So my work can ripple out to more people, basically. And in the past, I was a Procter & Gamble designer. I worked in-house in the studio for over 15 years. And now, 7 years ago, I had an intense spiritual awakening. So I combine both worlds, and I combine the soul brand alignment with the marketing and the strategy. And, you know, it's like a practicality and a spirituality all in one. So we're here today and we're going to look at these things, your mission, your soul brand, and your ideal client. So I invite you to arrive in your seat and take a breath. And just settling in. This is all about you and your business. You can close your eyes if you like. I am going to have the slides up here just to bring you back if you are diverting a little bit, you feel you want to come back. So we're coming away from the mind and we're coming into the body. And we're going to experience the soul brand. And we're going to feel into the soul brand. And maybe you can tune into your heart. And your womb space, your gut. Calling in any support from your guides to make this workshop fruitful for you. And the first inquiry is about your mission. And what is your mission this lifetime your soul is guiding you to do? And tuning into the energy of your business and why you're here. It may be super clear, or maybe you haven't got even the words to describe these. Wherever you're at is absolutely fine. And this is something that is a constant evolution. And as some of you said, you are rebirthing maybe yourself. You are stepping into a new round of who you are and what you do. Just tuning into this kind of flavor of this mission. And feeling in your body your gift of service and what you're here to do this time, right now. Might just be a vibration, might be a pulse. And something your heart maybe recognizes. And when you're ready, if you wish, you can take notes. So our next practice is tuning into your soul brand and feeling into that thing you do when you are with your clients. So just tuning in the body again and connecting with that very unique thing that you bring when you are with your clients. And how you do it. How that energy that gets created between you and your clients, between you and your people, when you are in the flow of working, that no one else can do, even if, there's many other healers out there, even if there's other coaches. This thing that you do in your unique way. That is your soul brand. And sometimes you're working perhaps on your own, it's like I do design sometimes and I am not working with my clients, but I am in that momentum, I am in that energy of the creation process. That is part of the soul brand as well. So aligning yourself with this energy.
Nora, can I ask you, so when posed with this question, I can't really describe the energy of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can try, but it's sorely lacking in its full expression.
Mm-hmm.
Are you hearing me okay? Because I feel like I'm getting an echo.
I can hear you, yes.
Okay. Like it's just very, very high vibrational, and I mean, like nothing can really describe the feeling that I get when I'm
Mm-hmm.
working,
Mm-hmm.
and what that does
Mm-hmm.
to me. Like even just talking about it, it's like it's like as if I'm losing my breath.
Yes. Stay with that. Stay with that. It's just like a flavor.
Okay.
You may not need any words just yet.
Okay.
Just the tuning in to that and rooting yourself in that.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you want to feel the atmosphere of your soul brand. There might be some colors that come up. There might be some words that come up. And it doesn't have to be a formulation of anything in particular. It's more the feeling, like you were saying, it's high vibration. It's probably enough at this point. We're not really formulating the business or formulating the words. We're almost coming away from the mind and feeling into this thing that you do. Now, just continue tuning in. Maybe you want to keep your eyes closed, feeling into your soul brand as if it is a place, a physical location. And it doesn't have to be where you practice or how you work. It could be something in the lines of it's a cocoon or it's a very open space or it's very ethereal. If the brand was a space, a physical location, what would it be? What would it be like? No, tune into your soul brand as if it was a person. What would she or he would look like? What kind of clothes are they wearing? There may be colors or textures. Might just be the way they move through space. Feeling into your soul brand as if it is a person. And when you're ready, you may want to make some notes. And I'd love to hear where you're at. Any insights? I'm going to put my headphones on so there's no feedback. If you want to speak, please feel free to unmute yourself.
Hi, my name is Kaya Charnock.
Hey, welcome.
Thank you. I'm a little late to the game, so I apologize if I'm missing something. But as you were talking, I was just taking a few notes. The first question, I just got expansive and limitless. As a place, sanctuary, as a person, powerful, ethereal, trustworthy, non-judgmental, discerning, patient, and safe.
Can you say the first two words again?
Of the person?
No, at the very beginning, at the start.
Expansive and limitless.
Wow. I don't even know what you do, but I'm attracted to that.
Thank you.
What do you do?
I call myself the quantum therapist.
Yay. Amazing.
And I really I think the simplest way to say what I do is I move a lot of energy. So it's been interesting because I haven't really branded myself in a way that narrows me down, and I'm contemplating that because I can see that there's some sense to it. But thus far, I help people a lot with pain and anxiety and depression and all kinds of physical pain. And the other thing that I really do a lot of that usually those things turn into is helping people that want traction or know what traction is to either achieve it or maintain it.
Very good.
I end up being called the obstacle remover.
Thank you. Thank you. I'd love to hear more, but there's other people that maybe want to share. Thank you and welcome. Who else wants to share? Okay.
Well, if nobody else wants to share, I'll share.
Go on.
So what was flowing through me is exuberation and revelation. Very open and bright, and unconditional love, and expansion. and timeless was coming through. Yes, but the exuberation and revelation, and it's very open, airy, fluid, loose, flowing.
Yeah, definitely rebirth.
Yeah.
You look younger as well.
Yeah, so do you.
Oh,
I was going to say the same thing. Yes.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you.
So, anyone else? The more you share, the more it becomes alive, the more visible you get. Yes, go on, Rachel.
It's great because the space I'm in right now is I've let go of a lot. The last two years really surrendered, and I'm in this quite joyful place of realizing what's still here is what's necessary, and it's still my land, and it's still nature, and my nature, which feels like it's expressing itself far more clearly and with intent. So the words that came was in service to Gaia. And I've asked a lot recently of how I can be in service. And the answer I just kept getting was by being your true self. And recently I got another answer saying by being your true self with others. And it's a bit like having been the hermit on the mountain, come down and be with the people, and to share the wisdom of nature with others through yoga, through the breath. The breath was what came most. The breath and movement, release, creativity, and so unity. So that was what was flowing around me in the exercise.
It's very clear.
I saw it in the shape of a mandala because it's something about the one with the many that when in that place of true collaboration creates a harmony. And yeah, that's what arose.
Yeah. Thank you. It feels very clear and clean.
Yeah, it was nice and simple, just there's a joy in it that's come.
Yeah, and it feels as if you've been kind of cooking it for a while.
Yeah, and being dismantled, really. I feel a lot has been dismantled. So now it's just like, okay. And suddenly what's necessary, what's remaining feels clearer. Simplicity.
Thank you. Thank you. Good. Anyone else feels like sharing? Otherwise we can move on. Dorota, yes, I'll unmute you. Oh.
The first part what came, it's healing support space center teaching. I would say what came. I just recently went through a name change as well, so I think it sort of supports that. With this space, I felt very strong sense of structure. But when I think about a person, it's very etheric. But then there's very etheric when I think about a person, so very light, very etheric. So that's what came.
So structure and etheric, both.
It's very, yes.
Wow, no, I like it. Yes.
Yeah. When I thought of it as space, it came very strong as some sort of very solid. But then when I think about it as a person, it's very etheric and very light. And,
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to do the next inquiry. And just going back to yourself, to your body, to where you were in this alignment. And I'd like to shine a little light on blocks. What are your blocks to manifesting your mission? And just bringing a bit of awareness. You know, they can be emotional blocks, they can be maybe practical or technical, or you might want to call them something else, fears. You know, there's usually something. And sometimes, you know, I usually sometimes call the website itself, when it's old and dated, I call it an energetic block in our flow, in our own flow. But in this case, you know, just feel into the things that are the hindrances in the way, you know, for your soul mission to be manifesting itself. And when you're ready, if anyone wants to share briefly, just give me a little signal and I'll swap from sharing my screen. Oh, yes, go on. I'll stop sharing. Yes, Rachel.
That was interesting.
I
It was funny. I had a hot flush as soon as.
know those.
And it's great because I've just come through menopause and kind of looking back on it now, and it's great because actually today I woke up and my heart was so flowing and open, and I was contemplating what, you know, this so-called block, which is so small now, but because of the last 2 years, what I've had to let go of and had to care for my health, I've not been able to work so much. So there's this kind of debt story, and yet it doesn't worry me. And still I'm offering, like I did a live Zoom yoga session to some women yesterday, and I didn't charge because that's what my heart is saying at the moment. It feels this generosity is going to bring in what's required. And as soon as I get into any kind of strategic way, it's not the way. So, yeah, so I suppose any, rather than blocks, more like concerns would have been financial and energetic, because I've had to surrender a lot physically recently, and I'm just building my strength again now after a big cleanse. And I'm also feel I'm in that staying open to how this abundance is going to pour in, because there's so many possibilities, and it's all about just following this flow, like finding this and being urged inside to apply for certain funding that feels right and joyful. So it's looking at what could be seen as blocks, but that I see them a little bit more as challenges.
Yes.
To allow me to open and receive and trust. Yeah.
Thank you. Was anyone else wanting to share? Yes, Barbara. Oh, I'll unmute you. 1 second, I'll need to unmute you. Oh, that's funny, unmute. I can't unmute you. Can you do it yourself?
So
there we go.
Yeah.
Yes, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I can very much relate to this because what came up for me was fear. Fear of what if I cannot live on this? What if nobody's interested or just a few people? Because I'm also in a phase of like changing everything now, and menopause too, yeah. But also in job wise. So the last year I quit lots of things and jobs and structures I've been working in for many years, and this is my network. There I feel safe because yeah, I have the feeling something new wants to come through, and I'm trying to like get it. So this is why I did the Shakti Dharma immersion and also this, because I think this also just listening to sisters also helps me to like clear the fog and see what new things are coming up. And I know since last summer, I know it has to do with beauty. So the fashion design, which also has been a side business before. Now I try to do it more as main or as a bigger business. It has to do with beauty, and also the mandala thing that came up, it came up with Lakshmi. And it's continuing, and so I know there is something going on and evolving, and also with this the fashion, I know how to do it. It's just the fear of you need big investments all the time before you can have a collection or something, and that's challenging because I'm standing in my own way, not taking the decision to just pay for this and this and this, invest.
Yes.
I just do everything by myself, which is not working in the end if you want to grow. And the other thing is the mandala thing, which also has to do with beauty and with the healing powers of beauty. And I can see that there will be one day, yeah, a way how I can share this work, or like share it with clients, or encourage them, or I don't know, do it for other people for occasions. Or so this is very unclear for me at the moment, and I'm constantly trying to remove layers and see what it is, but to trust and not being afraid of letting go the other things that just consume your time and your mind. That's not easy.
Wow, thank you for sharing that. Yes, lots of rebirthing happening, lots of new lives being seeded and wanting to be born in this constellation of today. We can include me as well. Wow, thank you. Maybe we talk more later. Anyone else wanting to share challenges, blocks briefly? Because we've got more. Yes, go on, Daniela.
I will share briefly.
Yes.
So for the past 6 months, I have been challenged with, moving for one. The move was a big thing. But my son and I were in a car accident in July, just before we moved. And that put us in a tailspin of a lot of pain, physical pain. So I just had neck surgery just a few weeks ago. So I literally had to take really everything that I do and put it on the side so I could just care for myself and heal, and also care for my son. So it was a lot of doctors and therapies and that sort of thing. But now that I've had the surgery and I am healing, I took a lot of that time to just let go of the need to do, you know, like we always want to do and get everything done. And I really worked on taking that time to just sit back and do nothing for a while. And a lot of beautiful things came through during that time. So now the challenge is picking everything up again. And everything has changed so much in that 6 months, from what I was doing to where my consciousness is now, you know. So there's an integration that's also happening with my son. So there's a lot of shift and change. So there's a lot up in the air, and then trying to also financially pick everything up, as well as now that I've moved, my demographic has changed. So like all of my people are no longer here. So it's like I'm starting new in that sense. So it's a lot of challenges to handle all at once, you know.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kia, you wanted to share?
I first of all just want to say, like, this this group of women that I'm with a lot these days, there's this love whoosh, like, you know, like support for all of you guys, because even though it's beautiful and good and we all need to do what we're doing, it's not very much fun very often sometimes. Or there are times it's not fun. It's a little scary for me anyway. So my daughter turned 21 recently, and I'm going to be 50. And I can tell my body's making changes that the doctors still can't test for, hormonally. And so I have this awareness of wanting to be way more internal and a feeling of being pulled into the world at the same time. So it feels, and I'm watching myself essentially do what my daughter's doing at 21, at 50, like this new place. I've been a stay-at-home mom predominantly, and a wife, and defined myself like just totally unconsciously, actually, as a certain thing. So this place that I'm at right now really feels like I'm redefining myself, like maybe even cellularly. I don't know who I will be or even what it looks like. I feel like it's this thing that my husband just woke up. I feel like this thing that I can catch just a glimmer on my periphery, but if I look straight on still, it's gone. So that identity thing, this thing, you know, when memes are having a different meaning or quotes feel different, or I can see the changes, but I can't see them clearly enough yet. And a couple of years ago, I started my word for the year, and hasn't gone away yet, is just courage and doing things that make me ill, doing them anyway. Like if it scares me so much I want to puke, I probably should be doing it. I've been working a lot in, I don't know what my path is with public speaking, but it scares me enough that I'm doing a lot of work with that. And I haven't done a lot of public speaking even in the last bit that I've been working with this, but it's, you know, imposter syndrome comes up, fear of being seen, patient with myself, holding my breath, being misunderstood. My challenge often in those places is staying in my body. I wrote down learning how I learn, and coming to terms with this monumental identity shift I never anticipated, being courageous, being grounded and good with myself, allowing myself to be my true benevolent magnetic self, like shifting that alignment in myself so that what I'm attracting is for the benefit of all, including myself. And that wasn't my experience for a really long time. And that's changing a lot. It's great, but it's sometimes disconcerting. I feel like I'm in a major identity shift.
Mm. Wow. Thank you. Loads of awareness of different things, but it feels like it's putting yourself out there mostly.
Yeah.
In this new version of what's coming up.
Well, it's interesting because I'm pretty social by nature, and I haven't wanted to be that much. I have so much going on my calendar that's social, and I don't invite anyone over. My friends are wondering where I went. If I have friends texting me, "Are we okay?" Yeah, we're good. I just don't want to see you. just leave me alone. So it's a lot, but it's good and out there and inside at the same time.
Thank you. Thank you, Kia. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to do our last inquiry. I love doing this. And probably, you know, if you've been running a business before or you've been doing this for a while, you know, you probably have done, you know, the avatar exercise, or, you know, who is your ideal client. So this is a real invitation to just feel these in your body. And so I invite you to tune in again and maybe close your eyes. And this ideal client is the person that really makes your heart sing, you know, when you are working and you feel really fulfilled. You know, it can be maybe a type of a project. It might be a type of a person that you work with or a company that you work with. You know, you can just begin to tune into this thing, you know, of who you like to work with. And you know that you are doing it and you're in your flow totally and you're offering value. And you feel the other person or, you know, the company or the project is, you know, beginning to transform. So there's like a two-way thing, you know, there's this synergy and synchronicity happening. And you feel, it's like you're in your zone of genius, you know, there's a flow. You forget you're working actually. And it's a really good match. And I want you to maybe write down the qualities of this person and what they are seeking. You can really write down, you know, to the minute detail. You can also write down who they are not or what they don't do or how they don't behave. It's just a way of really calling them in, narrowing to the detail. And this is really important because when you are communicating on your website, you want to be attracting the right people. You want them to connect with your energy. And you also want the people that are not aligned with you and with what you offer to not stay on your website. You almost want to repel them because someone else will definitely serve them better. They'll be aligned with someone else. So this is a really important thing to do, to really narrow down who you want to be talking to. These are the people that are going to benefit the most from what you do. You might have an idea of age or maybe interests. And how do they feel as well? What is it that they are seeking? What do they need? What's their longing? Is everybody okay to stay maybe 5-10 more minutes on the call? Yeah, just perfect. So if anyone wants to share the ideal client, or, you know, if they maybe are not super clear and they want a little bit of help with that.
I'll talk. I'll share. My ideal client is, the first thing that came through is somebody who's like woke up and now what do I do?
Okay.
Also someone who is done with pain.
Right.
Done with struggle.
Good.
They're ready to do the work. They
Excellent.
know that there's a better way of life and living, but they just don't know how to get it, but they're hungry for it.
Yes. They're committed and they're responsible.
Yes.
Excellent.
They're ready.
Excellent. Very clear. Mwah. Very good. So they can be two different people, those. They can be the ones that are, okay, you know, I've just woken up, what's the next step? And those,
Yes.
you know, they can be served with lots of ready-made things on your website, and maybe you're not working one-to-one directly with them. You've got, you know, recorded things, you've got a course, you've got programs, or you work with them in a group. And then the ones that are more committed and they are, you know, they need maybe more, you know, they are the one-to-ones.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Excellent. Talk more.
Thank you.
Yes. Anyone else? Okay. So I'm going to share my screen now. Oh, yes, go on, Kia.
I have a couple of women that are my ideal clients, and it's very interesting to articulate what makes them my ideal clients. I don't know why it feels sort of self-conscious about it, but corporate women ready for transformation, smart, successful, confident in the world, in themselves, in the world. 55. They're seeking beauty, restfulness, finding a center within themselves, pain-free. There's this longing that I find after women have gone through or gone into menopause, that they're looking for a kind of passion and intimacy that I have to redefine. And most of them think so far, most of them think that it needs to be out here. And that's actually not my wheelhouse, but I'm really good at finding that inside and working with that. So I have places to refer them to. And once we get like, okay, how do you want to do that in the world differently? But let's start with you, feeling a pull to go deeper into wholeness or awakeness, depending on where they're at.
Very good. Lots of clarity. Thank you. Good. So I'm going to share with you. Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for being present and participating. I hope it's okay with you. I want to talk to you a little bit about your website school, which is the program I run. And I'm just going to share my screen. So I've been running a website school for a number of years now, and it's an 8-week online group program in which I design your website. I support you in becoming fluent and comfortable about your service. And also I teach you how to update your website. So you're fully in charge when the program is over. It's a combination of website design and mentorship and mastermind. And it kind of works like this, what we did today. You know, we all talk, everybody, it's probably longer. Obviously, the calls are longer, and we focus and we narrow down into, you know, what it is that you are serving, who are you serving, what are you communicating. You know, it's a little bit more laser because, you know, we want to have a website at the end, basically. But there's inquiries, and we work through the 8 weeks quite closely together. So the practical details are that we start on the 2nd of March. We have 4 live Zoom calls. They're usually on a Tuesday. The participants have homework. It's not like you have to work hard. It's more a matter of focusing and being present. Obviously, the more you put in, the more you get out. It's like anything else. We work on a private group on Slack, which is like a Facebook group, but it's without all the distractions from Facebook. So I prefer it. It's a little bit more calm. And we do inquiry. Obviously, you have mentorship. And there's also the collaboration and the exchange between all the participants. There's only 5 seats, and there's already 1 taken, so there's 4 seats left now. So like I was saying at the beginning, if you want to work with me one-to-one, it ranges between 10,000 and 7,500. And it's a longer process, and it's for businesses that are actually expanding to a much bigger structure, and they've been in business for a while, and they've got already courses set up, and there's clients. It's a bigger structure usually. If you would like to participate doing the same process, but in a group, it's 5,000, and I run that group in the summer. And your website school, which is the program that I am about to start in a few weeks' time, is 2,200, and I'm making an offer at the moment for £100 off, so it's 2,100. And there's actually 4 spaces, sorry. 1 is taken already. So if you're interested, you can go straight to the website and claim your seat. And then you need to book a review call with me. I can post all the links, you know, you can get all the links afterwards on the email when you get the recording. And this is just a little recap of what we do. You get professional website design. Then you get a 5-page website. So it's the homepage, the about page. We obviously discuss what pages you want to have. And you'll be able to replicate and add pages after, once the program is over. We do the soul brand alignment a little bit more in depth, just like we did now. And this includes the soul words and the soul images. We plan your photo shoot, and we help you also with the stock images, if you're going to use stock images. Basically, we just cover all the aspects of how you're going to present yourself online. And there's also a little bit of strategy as well, because we need to guide people through the process of going through your website and how you're going to be basically meeting your goals, which is to either book sessions or to sell workshops or one of those things, and meet their needs, which is what they are seeking. And then the last thing is I designed your website, I build it, and then there's a tutorial, and we teach you how to use it, and you practice during the program how to use the website. So you really become the owner of this website. So yes, that's your website school. That's me being fully seen. Any questions, any feedback on anything that has been happening just now? Yes, go on.
Yeah, I just want to thank you actually, Nora, for sharing your gifts and wisdom, and it's really given me some kind of platform to contemplate, you know, how to look at recreating this. And some point I'd like to come back to you, but for now I'll play. But really, really grateful and fascinated by your approach and the heart-centered way.
Deeply receiving. Thank you. Anyone else? Yes.
I have a question. What platform is the website going to be built on?
Oh, yes. Thank you. Yes, I forgot. So I work on 2 platforms. I work on WordPress and I work on Squarespace. Oh, okay. Your website school is on Squarespace. It's a much simpler platform for solo business owners. And they've got great support. So again, once you finish the program, I just like people to finish the program and be fully autonomous. That's the truth, really. Because coming back to me can become, you know, expensive for just doing little things. So Squarespace is the best platform I've seen for getting support. They've got super good tutorials. They've got little videos. Any question you have, you just type it in the search and the answers are there. Okay. So it's really, really good. I like them. And it's all in. It's hosting and maintenance and updates. Everything is done for you again. Okay.
And so the fees associated with the website through Squarespace are separate. Yes.
Yes, I think it's about. Yes, it's about 150 a year. I think it just depends whether you have e-commerce or not. Right. But all my students get 20% discount for the first year. So I get the discount and I just pass it on. Right.
And the website has the ability for plugins and...
No, there's everything is in.
Everything's in. So,
yes, it's amazing. Yes.
Right. So if I wanted to add a subscription-based portal on my site, all of that is doable.
Subscription-based, you mean as a memberships?
Yeah, like for people to have their own username login, to log in, say if I had programs or things like that.
No, not so simple on Squarespace. Some people, it's possible to do it, but it's not so simple. WordPress is probably a better engine, but we can tailor what you need, because sometimes having a membership, we can talk a bit more what's it for and whether you really need that. And can some of the material just be passworded, you know, on different pages without people having to have their own login?
Okay.
So there's options.
Workable. Right.
Yeah, it is very workable. Yes.
Right, thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Good. Oh, yes, go on, Kia.
I want to thank you. I really enjoy how clear the steps are that you're offering, and the aspect of this that you invite people to embody the experience that they're having before they attempt to put it into words. It's all not, you know, that for me, that wisdom comes often from my body, no matter how much I try to shove it all into my head. So I just honor what you're doing, and I'm sure that it's perfect. And I wish that I were at this place right now, but I have done many years of stepping into things I'm not ready for, and it being inappropriate. And so I have to say no matter what I would like to say, because I know there are some steps that I need to take before I can actually commit to this, and even know I need some clarity first still, so that I have a web presence. My very generous, sweet, not graphic artist, computer nerd brother sent me for my birthday. Wow. I'm sure I get drunk at 3 a.m. But it is a web presence. I'm going to stick with it in all humility until I know what it is I'm doing. I'll keep you in mind when I'm in that place, because while I know there are things that I can do with it and I have a lot of support in different places, I know there are also places I need to be held, and to make it beautiful and look professional takes a professional. So
very good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all for sharing.
Thank you.
We call it vulnerageous. Courageous.
Okay. So Dorota was saying she had to go, and she said, I so love these. Thank you for your genius. So thank you guys for being here. Really, really appreciate your presence. I love doing this. I could do this every day, all hours, apart from designing. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. I will be sending you the recording. Lots of love. Bye.